Berla, owner of Brooklyn Academy Roots, our balance fitness studio in Oakland, California. Today I'd like to show you an introduction to foam rolling, how and why it's important for injury prevention and how it can relieve pain. So we're going to start with glutes, which is the tush, and the color of the foam roller will be dependent on how tight you are in certain areas. Typically, the IT band, the side of the leg, is the most tender, and people sometimes need a less dense foam roller. We use Perform Better foam rollers here. The white one is the least dense, then blue, then black. And I'm starting with black because this is what works for me. So you're going to cross your right foot over your left knee, come onto the right side of your right glute, come onto your right hand, put your left hand onto your right ankle. So you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. You're finding a sore spot and you're holding it. What this is you're looking for adhesions, which are microscopic. They're similar to like knots in your back, but these are very small and they're within your muscle tissue and your connective tissue. So what you're doing is you're holding your weight on it to squish out this adhesion, which is fluid, often toxins. And this adhesion creates a blockage within the muscle fiber so that the muscle fiber can't lengthen to its full capacity. Once you squish out the adhesion, the muscle fiber can then lengthen to its full range of motion. So you're looking for a tightness and you're holding it for 30 seconds, and then you want to move about a millimeter or a centimeter to the next tight spot. And tightnesses can be all throughout your glutes and all throughout the areas we're going to be doing. So as an introduction, I would like to show you the majority of what needs to be addressed within the body to see where the major tightnesses are. So for the sake of time, typically you would want to spend maybe 3 to 5 minutes on this side. We're going to switch to the other side. So doing the other side, crossing the other leg, with the idea being that you are lengthening the hip that you were getting at. So now we're on the left side, looking for tightness, and once you find that tightness, you hold it for 30 seconds. So we're doing both glutes, and the gluteal muscles go pretty high up. Oftentimes people think that they don't know where their lower back starts. Basically, your gluteals go to the height of your pelvic bone. You could place your hand on the bone and try to find that bony area. And so typically I say, come high up towards your lower back to get at tightness, because typically the gluteus medius on the top is what's tight. Try coming over to the side as well. That's also typically tight. Great. Now we're going to move on to the TFL muscle, which is on the side of your hip, which gets tight. Bikers, people who bicycle a lot, have pretty tight TFL, which is this musculature here. And you just want to hold it, and maybe this is too intense. If it is too intense, you want to do a lighter color. So you won't really know what color you need until you try it and try doing it in all the areas that we're going to go through today. TFL, you do the other side as well. You can go through it as is comfortable for you. I just want to get through the different areas of the body. Now we're on our IT band, iliotibial band. It crosses two joints, the hip and the knee. Very important band for the structure of your leg. It also connects your quadriceps and your hamstrings, so it does a lot of work. Typically this is very tight on people, and oftentimes lower back pain and knee pain can be attributed to this intense tightness in the IT band, since it does cross both joints. You want to hold it on the sore spot for 30 seconds. If this is too much, you can cross your leg over, lessening the weight of the pressure that's on it. And really you don't want this to be higher than an 8 out of a 10 for threshold pain. You want to be able to tolerate it. You want to try to even relax into it. I usually put my head down so my neck can relax into it as well. And time to move on to it. And of course this would take, you want to spend longer than this because you want to go all the way down the IT band all the way towards the knee. Moving on to calves. Still on the same leg, you can go however you like, but you want to hit every area to see where the tightest areas are. So I'm holding myself up. Sometimes that's too uncomfortable for people. Maybe you don't even need to. Maybe sitting down and having your leg on top of your calf is enough for you. It can be enough for me if I relax into it. It depends how often I've been doing this. So I have all of my clients do this before each session. I do this before I work out every time. Even if I don't work out, my body starts feeling achy. I will foam roll and stretch, and I'll feel as good as if I did work out. So the older we get, the older our joints are, and the older these tightnesses are. So we want to address them. So now I'm on the other calf, and my right calf tends to be tighter than the left, and I tend to have more issues on my right side with my hip and my lower back, and so it's not surprising that I have these tightnesses on this side. And again, you want to spend however long you need to. A great way to address doing this is while watching TV, so that you're not too bored, because it is kind of a boring thing to do, and it takes a lot of patience, so it's good to do it while doing something else. So just going over again, the IT band on the other side, finding tightnesses, holding this, going all throughout it, addressing all of the tightnesses, but the idea being that you're on your elbow, and if you want less weight, your leg is up. And coming all the way down, and the TFL, since we didn't do that yet. One more thing, two more things. Quads. We live in a quad dominant society because we sit down all day, and typically most people do, or stand or walk, and we walk and we ride bikes and we run, at least mostly in the Bay Area. These are the major activities. So the quadriceps get tight, the tops of your thighs. They are a hip flexor, and you want to address them. Most people are tight that I come in contact with this. Mine were very tight when I first started doing this. And foam rolling, for me and all the clients that I've come into contact who've had pain, it relieves it within a month of doing it 5 times a week for about 20 minutes a day. It's the cheapest body work investment you'll ever make. You can buy one of these on Amazon for about $25. And looking for tight spots, holding it, and trying to release into it. Last one for shoulders. Come onto the side of your underarm and kind of just hold it. And most people, this is pretty painful. It is for me. I need to do it more often. So really, foam rolling is a habit, and because I'm in the habit of doing certain areas and not others, I have to remind myself, oh, I really need that. I need to do that also. So foam rolling classes really help. And you want to do this on the other side. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what foam rolling can be and how helpful it can be. It is the #1 way to prevent injury and to alleviate pain.